Greetings, I'm James Cullingham, and you are tuned to today's emission at Trent Radio, 92.7 CFFF FM, coming from Nogajimanong, Peterborough, of course, Studio A, and out there as well on the intergalactic interweave at trentradio.ca. We begin today with a live earthling, other than myself, in the studio. Peg McCracken, business manager of the Peterborough Singers. Howdy, Peg.
Howdy.
Now, very exciting things are about to happen in Durham, over there, across the pond in England. What is going on in Durham that's important to you and the Peterborough Singers?
Well, this coming Saturday on the 26th, there will be 60 singers and several family members and friends getting on a bus at the airport here to go to Pearson Airport and take us off to Edinburgh. And we will bus down to Durham, England. And we will be the resident choir in Durham Cathedral for a week.
Fabulous.
It is fabulous.
What an adventure and what a ambitious undertaking. What kind of material does one do? Does a choir like the Peterborough Singers do at the Durham Cathedral? Well,
we're set up perfectly for this little jaunt. First of all, our artistic director, Sid Burrell, he really knows his stuff when it comes to English cathedral music. And this music that we're doing was written for exactly the setting of an English cathedral. And the thing that distinguishes this music is, one of the things actually, is that when we sing, there are pauses after a phrase so that you actually hear the echoes of the music as it comes back to you. The very first time I sang in a British cathedral was in York Minster in York, England, which, by the way, is another fantastic town to visit. And when I arrived and started to sing, the first notes that I sang, they went up to the vaulted ceiling, they came back down, and I don't know if it's okay to say this, but I actually felt like I died and went to heaven. I have never in my life, and I've been singing all my life, experienced anything close to what it is to sing in a place that is 2,000 years old, with Roman foundations underneath. Now that's York, but Durham Cathedral is very special. If you Google it and you can go on all these cathedral tours and what have you, that you see that it was built about 1,000 years ago. It's the home for St. Cuthbert, which is why they built it there, because they were trying to protect St. Cuthbert, I think, from all the Viking raids and what have you. Maybe the Scots too, who knows. Anyways, it's a magical experience to stand in a British cathedral and sing this incredible repertoire.
How long has it been in the works? I mean, you're a woman working in the office and singing, but that's a heck of a lot of organization to get 60 people from here to perform over a week, almost a full week in Durham. What's gone into this?
Oh, a lot. Let me tell you, 4 years. First, we put out the feelers 4 years ago and chose a cathedral that we thought would be conducive to taking this many people and for a week to sing. And then we put a Durham committee together. And then we organized a group to help fundraise so that some of the folks that wanted to go but maybe couldn't financially quite cut it, we did not want money to ever stand in the way. So the singers joined Delta Bingo, which has been quite lucrative. Put a little plug in for Delta Bingo, OLG. And some kind benefactors made donations. So there was that aspect, and everybody's trip has been paid for and sewn up nicely. But then, there's always a few hitches, which is usually fall back on me. And the latest hitch was our music committee, because that's a whole nother committee. they thought that the Canadian 50-year copyright was just tickety-boo. And 2 weeks ago, we found out that in England, it's 70 years. So just yesterday, I received 60 copies of a couple of pieces from the Stratford Concert Choir. Thank goodness they're around. And, of course, that's attached to Ian Sadler, who's our lifelong organist for Messiah. So, there's a lot of ups and downs to getting 60 singers out the door and arriving in Durham, England.
Well, Saturday you're on the way.
Yeah.
I know I've been listening to my wife, Lee Robbins, rehearse. She's very, very excited. I will see the last two performances, but hopefully it's not just all work. You're going to be doing some other cool, fun things in Durham. What do you have planned?
Well, we have our social convener is Ray Dart. And everybody who knows Ray Dart knows that he knows all the best pubs. He organizes everybody to go out and have fun. He's the fun guy. And so he's organized, we have one day off, Thursday, so he's organized a bus trip for everybody to go to Berwick. And apparently he said there's so many things to do there, we'd just have tons of fun. We have a bit of a rotating schedule because we have too many singers and not enough room in the choir loft. So everybody gets another day off, mostly everybody, I think. Anyways, they have made plans to go here and there. And the really fun thing that came up was on the Saturday, the last Saturday that we are there, we've been asked to sing a wedding. So we get to repeat some of the most beautiful pieces in our repertoire for Durham. So everybody wanted to sing the wedding, of course. And just as a little added bonus, we get paid a lot of money to sing this wedding. So we're actually having a gig over there, and, it's a win-win all around.
Now, it coincides with a milestone for the choir. Many people will know that its incredibly talented leader for 35 years, Sid Burrell, is about to retire. This is kind of a wonderful big event for him to ride out on.
Yes.
But so what does that mean to you and other members that have been working with Sid so assiduously for so long?
Well, it's huge, James. Really, I can get all choked up just thinking about it because I came to the very first choir rehearsal for the Peterborough Singers and started seeing ways that I could help. So I've been sort of at Sid's side for 35 years, you could say. We've been working together. And I find it difficult to think about what that looks like for me. They've asked me to continue because they need a bit of continuity in all of this. For Sid, it's wonderful. I think he has given his heart and soul to this choir for 35 years. He had a vision, and he fulfilled that vision. He's going out on an incredibly high note. It is a beautiful way to go out, a trip to England where he feels more at home than anywhere probably because he went to English boarding school and started playing organ there and knows many of the organists of the big cathedrals and the repertoire. It's like it's ingrained in his brain, this repertoire. It wasn't until we got to things like ABBA and the Beatles that he had to mount a steep learning curve, one might say, because he's such a classical guy. But this, for he and his wife Pam, this will be just a glorious celebration from here till the end of the calendar year, I think.
Well, I hope to take in part of the celebration in Durham. I will see you there. Anything else you want to add, essential information, before we part company today?
Well, I think that having been sort of the boots on the ground in this community for 35 years with, advertising and grants and you name it, I am so grateful to the Peterborough community and to the singers and everybody that cares about music and supports the arts in Peterborough. And just don't stop. Just keep supporting the arts because we're worth it.
You are. Peg, thank you so much. I I don't have a piece from the repertoire you're about to do, but I do have something to play that is associated with those of us who've enjoyed the Peterborough Singers over the years. So over to Mr. Handel.
Thank you.